Welcome to Scones Poetry 2. I am Kareen Latoya. So guys, we are now on episode 6 and today we're in the end of Love or Lust. So we're getting so close to the end of this book as well. So part 2 of Love or Lust, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. Before I go any further, to those of you who are just joining, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And for those of you who are returning, I love you guys. You know this. But yeah, thank you so much. You guys have been solid from the jump. To everyone who's got a copy of these books or one of the books, love all the way. Like today I really went through just thinking about where the books are. So I've got books in 12 states in America. I've got books here in the UK, so practically all around London. Books in Kent. I've got books in Luton. I've got books now in Milton Keynes. Well, it's not so much Milton Keynes anymore. It's not Milton Keynes, it's like just out of Milton Keynes. I really should know. You know when you're contemplating how you're going to survive when you see your cousins. But it's just one of those places which is like just outside Milton Keynes, like just on the way to like Northampton. They're in, yeah, I'm not going to dig my grave any deeper. I love you guys. I've also got books in Leeds as well. And I've got books on the way to New Zealand. I've got a book in the Netherlands, but it's moving to Egypt soon. And I've got books in Dubai as well. So I am so grateful. Like, lockdown has been tumultuous for some individuals, but for me, I am grateful. I'm grateful for the individuals that it's brought me. I'm grateful for the connections and the relationships that it's given me, and also for every individual who's bought this book throughout like lockdown gave me sales. It gave me sales, and I am so appreciative of it. But the sales are, you know, through individuals who I've now found, I've now got a connection with. Like, I've built relationships with these individuals, and I'm so grateful for it. I just, yeah. So yeah, I really do thank you all for purchasing. And also, what do you think of the necklace? You will be seeing shortly where to go if you would like to get your hands on your something quite like this. Yeah. Alright, so that's all of that. That is all of that. This week's tea is brought to you by my garden, raspberry leaf, and it's quite nice. Then scones wise, we've got garlic. It's garlic cheese. I thought it was garlic butter. Anyway, that's that part. Ooh, why did I write this one? I'm sure I'll remember after I read this piece to you. So the first piece that we're going to be going through this week is Bittersweet Battles. I've tried to teach myself how to forget, The one thing which enthralled my mind, bittersweet and painfully pleasing, sipping on my nerves, riding the waves of my long-term memory, refusing to enter that box. I've attempted self-hypnosis, capturing shots of new and enlightening things, hoping to push you out, take over, create new memories to no longer stab me so I can hang on to my sanity. It's not as though it was bad, for I loved it more than words could ever describe. No poem nor song could explain the way you made me feel. And no, I'm not trying to paint you another cliche, you just managed to mess me up that night. With no specific reason in mind, I stopped, hoping that it would be like the movies, and it was. You noticed, turning to face me where I stood. A force pulled me towards you. My lips said, "To hell with it all," in conjunction with my heart skipping 1,000 beats as I placed mine on yours. Our first kiss. Nothing like the movies. No fireworks to highlight our first kiss. Just you and I lost in a momentary bliss. A bliss which filled me with helium, causing me to float to the moon, to look down at us as you wrapped your arms around me and told me to kiss you as though it were our honeymoon. I was in love with you from then on. I'm sure of it. Now love's fears left me to attempt sweeping it aside continuously, to prevent piercings from falsified emotive shards, now to teach myself how to forget. Our first kiss, which enthralled my mind, bittersweet and painfully pleasing memories, which sips on my nerves, riding the waves of my long-term memory, refusing to enter that box, similar to hers. Well, yeah. Seriously, well. What's this? I can't give you a backstory. For once in my life. That's weird. That's very weird. It definitely is a lust piece, but a backstory? Yeah. Really can't give. I didn't think this day would come where do I know the backstory for my piece? Oh, wow. The only thing for this, I'd say it definitely is a lust piece. A piece of, yo, this is what it is. I did love you. I love you. From one kiss. But apparently, that's not what love is. If you're just joining and you're wondering like how I'm just drinking, let's say it's not hot, this is the thing about me. I don't drink very hot tea because I don't see why I should be playing double dutch with heat as like, should I burn my tongue now or no. We're not going to do that. So we wait until the tea cools down, then we can enjoy it. Oh man, but yeah, honestly, yeah, there's no backstory. None. But you don't know how, wow, I really said that. You know how in movies you're seeing all the fireworks and fireworks and fireworks? I guess not. If you've had a first kiss like that, let me know. I'm intrigued. Okay. Moving on. Because I can't stay on that one because I'm just like, yeah. What can I make up for you guys? I can't. I really can't. So this is probably why I should actually read the pieces first, like plan out everything. But what you're getting from me is, as you can see, raw and honest. So, connections. I wanted to say this was gonna. Oh, I feel like this might be. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what we shall see. I feel like it might have been. With a connection so strong, it was hard to have said no. When you asked to spend more time with me, and even more difficult to say no when you asked to marry me. Something brought us together which I could not get away from. A piece of my heart seemed to have latched itself in your body, forcing me to stay with you. I made it my duty to get to know you, which made my decision to spend my life with you easier. The word of the Most High says, "What God has joined together, no man shall separate." And I would not want for us to be separated, for this connection we have has been certified and brought happiness to me. I will no longer need to fight love, for your love has won me over, without being drowned in an ocean of emptiness, stepping through doors which have been automatically opened for you. The rest of our lives, I want to be there with you, supporting you and encouraging you in all you do. I want to fit my feet into your footprints, to stand as one with you, and stop singing unsung songs of love. Oh, I like this one. I really believe that this one was. It's either this one or the next one was for a wedding. I feel like. So, I believe this first one was. This one connection was. I was attempting to. I think this is like the first time I really tried to write a love poem. But this was the first. It wasn't the first wedding poem that I wrote. This is a second wedding poem that I wrote, and I was really trying to like, how am I gonna like proper word this? So it was for Jan and Anthony, but I don't believe this is the one that I actually read at the wedding. If question is now, did I read both? That's the next question. I really cannot remember, but it was definitely the first try for their wedding poem. Yeah, I really like the end of it. I want to fit my feet into your footprints, to stand as one with you and stop singing unsung songs of love. Clearly, I like love poems more than the lust poems. Because I really don't remember smiling that much when I read Bittersweet Battles, but also still trying to figure out like, where did it come from? Where? Alright, cool. So that was that piece. Yeah, there's nothing more that I can say of it. I can say on it rather. Biblical reference because both are in the church. So that bangs. That actually bangs. I like that. I think it may actually be better than Nutella. But I do have to finish the Nutella. I do have to finish the Nutella. So yeah, we'll be back to that next week. But for now, this bangs. Alright, cool. So let's get on to the next one. We're almost there. We are almost there. As you know, only 4 pieces per episode. So now we are on piece number 3. True love. Some say a diamond is forever, but love granted from God lasts until the grave where a couple parts. Love isn't a game to be played, but it is a gift from God. Some say a diamond is forever, but love granted from God lasts until the grave where a couple parts. Love isn't a game to be played, but it is a gift from God, a gift which once opened blesses the hearts it touches. Just to look upon the face of the one who holds your heart warms your blood as it journeys through your veins. Love possesses the ability to teach peace to hearts, connecting the two to each other from a distance. Having made the ultimate decision to be a part of one another's life binds you to a contract written by God, signed by you. For what He has put together should not be separated by anyone, for love is a bond not to be broken. For better or for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, you are to remain true. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy nor does it boast. Love does not wear pride, nor is it hidden in any parts of its cloak. Love will allow you to understand things about your partner which is misunderstood by others in many different ways. It should not be lost on material items, but to be split evenly between materialistic possessions and the simple things in life. Allow it to help you to appreciate that which comes from the heart as it graces you with its blessings. Cherish each moment together. Allow love to take residence and never leave your hearts as God's gift to you. Will allow you to live a happy life in your own perfected, peaceful place of mind. Oh my gosh! These last lines are getting me. Well, it's not really a last line that got me the last time. Oh wait, it was the last line, but it was like the last stanza. But this last line, perfected, peaceful places of mind. Go me. Oh man, this was beautiful as well. Alright, so maybe I can write love poems. I keep saying I don't write love poems, but I guess this can work. Maybe I should try it out a bit. But this was definitely the second wedding poem that I wrote. Well, when I say second wedding poem, I know the last one. I feel like this is definitely the one that I performed. I read at the wedding. But when I say second, I mean like it was for the second wedding that I'd written for. Yeah. Crazy thing, like I'm picturing the day right now. I remember the dress, yep. And I think we had just come from Jamaica like a week before. So when it comes to like these pieces, even for my cousin's wedding, which was some year just, oh gosh. Yeah, she's really gonna murder me. Just 2-3 years ago. Time is running away. But yeah, like for her wedding poem as well, that one took me time. And again, it was literally like, it wasn't the day before the wedding that I wrote it, but it was very close to the wedding that I wrote it. So yeah. But it's just like the wedding, the poem for my grandfather's funeral, that one was written late as well. But it's those pieces where you're asked to write like a certain piece and you just stumble, like it's difficult. So that was definitely my thing. All right, so the last one, if you remember like the first poem from this section, it's not really a continuation of that poem, but it's not so much. The only similarity is the title, and it's called I want. So I guess these are things that I've just been wanting, and yeah. All right. I want to give birth to another pair of feet for a man who cares enough for me. He would be able to care for our child, right? I want to get married to a man who knows how to love himself so he can transfer that real love to me without my constant asking for it. It shouldn't be too hard, right? I want to spend time with a man who is flexible with his time, which means he can prioritize well enough for important things, and I should be important to him if he says he cares, right? I want to meet a man who knows what he wants from life, so he is working towards his goals with a positive attitude and won't ever give up, so shouldn't give up on me, right? These are the things I want from a man. No longer a boy taking part in childish things, but a man who is responsible and broken away from his boyish mind. Have you ever asked what I want from you? Are the words from his lips resounding in my ears, which has me tripping over my own feet? Why should I even ask what he wants from me? Shouldn't he be the giver? Isn't he the provider of all things between us? Why should I worry about his wants and needs when he himself hates talking about the simple things, giving me nothing but okay, yes, no, to try to work with? If only men would work with women and saw things through our eyes, relationships would be a walk in the park. Unfortunately, reality isn't dotted with fairy tale images, so relationships are knotted with broken cords, which requires teamwork in order to get to the other side. With each knot which gets altered, it builds trust and enhances love, making it that bit more special. I want a man who is willing to let me into his heart. A man whose wants and needs aren't far from mine. A man who I can work with to create a happy home with love, trust, and respect. Before we even get carried away with what I want, tell me, what is it that you want? I want a man who is willing to let me into his heart. A man whose wants and needs aren't far from mine. A man who I can work with to create a happy home with love, trust, and respect. These are the things I want from a man. No longer a boy taking part in childish things, but a man who is responsible and broken away from his boyish mind. I want to meet a man who knows what he wants from life. So he is working towards his goals with a positive attitude and won't ever give up, as I won't give up on us. I want to spend time with a man who is flexible with his time, which means he can prioritize well enough for important things, as I hope he finds me as important as I find him. I want to get married to a man who knows how to love himself, so he can transfer that real love to me as I show him how much I love him. I want to give birth to another pair of feet for a man who cares enough for me, so we can both care for our blessing from above. And that's it. That is it from Love or Lust. Yeah. So, okay. Let's talk about I Want. I don't even remember what sparked this poem. I really don't remember what sparked it. Okay. So this is another one of those poems. But alright, so for those of you who have the book, well, you don't even have to have the book. From hearing what I've read, you realise that I went back to the start. So the piece practically mirrored itself, and that was just to play with it a bit. yeah. But just to play with the structure a bit, because I found that fun. But that's it, guys. That is actually it for this week. So I'll see you for next week's episode. And next week we are drawing to an end. Coming to an end. So, you know the deal. If this is your first time, you're going to know what the deal is now. We're going to like, then we're going to share, then we're going to subscribe, and then you're going to follow me on Instagram. I'm also going to add the link to my website here, the link to my website below. So I hope to see you then. Bye guys.